Hello everyone, today in this video I am going to write a program to display this pattern of asterisks. Now there are two patterns, figure 1 is showing this types of pattern and figure B is showing this type of pattern. I am going to write a program, C programs to display these types of pattern. Now let's write the program. As usual, the programming start from the header file. This pattern is same for all the programs. And what will be our program? I'll define the code which will be written here between this code. Now we'll write code to display such a pattern. Now here see these functions will clear the screen. IJKP. And now we need to define required number of variable. Let's write is equal to 8. That means we are displaying a pattern of asterisks which would be in four rows and 8 columns. Now for I is equal to 0, I is less than what would it? If P I plus plus. Now this is our main loop to display such a pattern, and we'll write a nested loop. Nested loop means once loops comes under the another loop. Here to write sufficient number of space and asterisks. Now first of all we need to write a code to display a sufficient number of space. For that, for j we have used the variable I, and to that we need to use variable j. How many j is equal to 0 to how many space we required? We required j is less than how many space? P minus I by 2 space. J plus plus. Now here we need to write sufficient number of space. \t, we can use \t. This will give a large space that is equivalent to the tab. Now we have wrote the sufficient number of space, and we need to write a sufficient number of asterisks. Now for that, for k equal to 0, k is less than equal to I k plus plus in bracket close bracket printf asterisk \t. \t will add a space between two asterisks. Now after doing these operations, for each loop of I, parameter I, we need to write each output in a new line. That means we need to write new line at the end. That means printf n will add that new line after each loop. Now let's see the output. Now this gives one asterisk at the first row, and the second row it gives 2 asterisks. At the third row it gives 3 asterisks. At the fourth row it gives 4 asterisks. What we don't need to 4, because as per our requirement we need 1 asterisk in the first row and 3 asterisks in a second row, and so on, so that we need to escape even number of columns. That means what would be happen now? Here we just need to skip this printing if we got even number of row. I modulus 2. This is the method to check even or odd. Now, if this statement satisfies, then this statement will execute. Now, F9. Now, this program gave the expected output. Now we can change it to any number, like for example 3, and this gave like this 4 and 7 up 9 and so on, according to our requirement, row and column requirement. And we can change variable to get the expected output. Now we'll write the code to get the pattern just opposite, just reverse of this. That means first of all it display number of asterisks equivalent to the p, and at each loop the number of asterisks will decrease by 2, and at the end, now just say the reverse of these patterns. Now let's erase all of this code. We can also edit this code, but to understand clearly we'll write each code from beginning. Now first of all we need to write sufficient number of row I is equal to p. I is greater than equal to greater than is greater than 0, I minus minus. Now we have wrote a loop in a reverse order compared to the previous code. Now this is the main loop. Now we need to write a code to display the sufficient number of space and the sufficient number of asterisks. Now first of all write the code to display sufficient number of space. That means j is equal to 0. J is less than how many numbers? P minus I by 2. J plus plus. Print f. Let's write sufficient number of space. Again, for take up to that. For k equal to I. K is equal to I. K is greater than 0. K minus minus minus. And we need to write asterisk. Printf strict and backslash t will add a space after asterisk. That means if we need to write a 2 or 3 or 4 asterisks at the same row, this will add sufficient number of space. Now after each row, printing asterisk in each row, we need to print asterisk in the next row. for the next loop, so that we need to write a new line. Now we don't need to print even number of asterisks, we just need odd, that is 1, 3 and so on. That means we need to skip even number of we need to skip odd number of row, even number of row. That means I modulus 2 equal to 0. That means this will skip one row. Now let's check the output. Now it will gives same as we expected. Now but we just need to write this. Now this gives the same pattern as expected. That means here we can also write 10. Then this will give a large patterns. Here we can also write 5. This will give the smaller pattern and so on. Thank you everyone for watching the video.